Disabled children and direct payments. Parents of disabled children can receive direct payments on their children's behalf. Young disabled people who are aged 16 and over can receive direct payments themselves.
Marchant wants to be independent. I mean, he's 9 now, and what 9-year-old wants their mum to go to their first sleepover? But that had to happen. He is dependent in terms of helping someone to feed him and in terms of communication, but he'd rather be going out with, going with some hip young lad or, some trendy young girl, well, not his mum, to a sleepover, or going to Boy Scouts with his mum. He doesn't want that.
What sort of things do you do when you have personal assistance support?
Playing games and talking about football and dogs.
Before receiving direct payments, Marchant relied on volunteer support workers and more recently on a support worker employed by social services. Now with direct payments, Marchant and his mum organise and employ the personal assistance that he needs.
I really saw direct payments as the way forward for me, because we'd fought for a long time to get a little bit of payment from social services to get some support with my son. And on one occasion, we wanted to go to Weymouth and have a little break, and so I took the person with me. And this was the wrong thing to do because social services hadn't vetted where we went. And then I thought, I really don't like this situation. I want to control my life. Another parent doesn't get asked, they don't have their holiday venue vetted by social services. I understand why they did it, because they were her employer. But on the other hand, that made it very clear to me. I thought, I know I need help for my son, and I know how to do it. And I don't want people coming in and vetting where I decide to take him. And so I think that crystallised for me that even though it might be difficult recruiting people and being the employer, at least we'd, be able to just do our own thing and have some flexibility.
Put your legs up.
Sue and Marchant really appreciate the fact that with direct payments they can choose who to employ to provide personal assistance.
Absolutely, totally. This person's going to be in my home. They're going to be a member of my family, be in the bathroom with you, eat with you. So it's very important that we, sort of choose that person, and Marchant chooses that person.
And then we got
Disabled people and the parents of disabled children on direct payments do need to manage the paperwork involved, and Sue does this with the support of her local direct payment service run by the West of England Centre for Inclusive Living.
Wessel have been fantastic. They've been truly fantastic, because one thing I really hate is paperwork, and they handle the payroll and the statements and what have you. Obviously you've really got to be accountable for the money, and I understand that, and so they really do go through the steps with you, so that was very useful for me.
What difference have direct payments made to your lives?
What they do is they give you some power back in your life. It's preparation for the future. It's something I feel very strongly about. Children realise their vulnerability and their dependence on their family. And all children worry about what happened if their mum and daddy died. But I think disabled children, it's not something we look at, but disabled children realise their dependence. They really do. And my son is really aware of his dependence. And the more we can show that, it's not just mummy, there's Claire, David, Marie, there's a number of people who, can go out and do things with you, then they realise that their life can have bigger possibilities. Because actually, you can't switch a child into being independent when they're in their 1820s. You need to actually elicit that sort of want and desire from a very early age. So direct payments for us have been, I can see it as the way forward for life, for his seeing himself being independent.